Hi guys, how are you doing today? Welcome back to Random Lifestyle Vlog. If you're new here, my name is Paulina. This channel is all about beauty and that includes skincare, makeup and fragrances. Today we're actually going to be talking about another fragrance, yet another 2024 release, and this is Valentino Donna Born in Roma Green Stravaganza. So as you can probably guess, this is a flanker. This is another flanker of the original Born in Roma, Donna Born in Roma. But it's one of those fragrance ranges that doesn't really offer flankers that are similar to the original scent. It seems like every time they release a flanker, it doesn't really seem to have anything to do with the original or with the previous flankers. Like every single year you're up for a surprise. So you can have like a very kind of bright, sparkly, summery, spring kind of appropriate fragrances, or you can have something much heavier, very autumnal or wintry. Like you never know what to expect. But anyway, that is quite an interesting approach. I personally own I think 3 or 4 other flankers of this scent. I don't have the original one. I don't think I liked it enough to buy it, but I own several flankers and actually really like them. And no matter how hard I try, I just cannot find anything that links these fragrances. But anyway, in 2024 we have this Green Stravaganza fragrance. Green Stravaganza kind of suggests that this is going to be a very spring summer appropriate fragrance. And it is. So as far as the notes go, it is pretty simple. We'll literally have like one note in every layer. So the top note is Lapsang Souchong tea, then the middle note is jasmine, and then the base note is vanilla. So a pretty simple composition. And let me show you the bottle. This is our Green Stravaganza. Very typical bottle, like all the fragrances in this line are in the same bottle, just different colors. So this one, obviously green, as the name suggests, kind of makes sense. So if I were to describe this fragrance by comparing it to like another fragrance, first thing that will come to my mind would be Flower Bomb by Viktor and Rolf, the original one. I can definitely draw a connection between these two fragrances, and it's mostly in the floral tea concoction. Like they both have floral notes, specifically jasmine, and then they both have this kind of like tea addition that makes fragrance a little bit more airier. I would not necessarily say that these fragrances are similar, but as I said, I can see a slight connection between them, and I suspect that if you like the original Flower Bomb, you might like this fragrance as well. So as I mentioned, these fragrances are not necessarily very similar. There are multiple differences between them. Flower Bomb is very floral, it has this patchouli note as well. Here everything is much more simple, much more straightforward. The tea note in here is much more emphasized, mostly because it's not really covered with this abundance of floral notes. It's just jasmine here. So even though this is still a floral fragrance, I would say it's more aromatic, it's a little bit airier, it's a little bit more unisex due to this pronounced tea note. I think this is a really beautiful fragrance for warmer days. As I said, that tea note gives like a certain airiness to this fragrance, a certain lightness, even though we have this kind of like a heavy jasmine note and some vanilla. There's a certain powderiness here, but I would still describe this fragrance as mostly bright and uplifting. The fragrance is definitely very good for lasting. I would say the sillage is medium to strong, so I wouldn't say this is particularly office friendly, unfortunately. And it's not only because it's pretty strong, but it's also because of the notes in it. I think even though this fragrance is pretty bright and summery, it's still more of a statement fragrance. It is pretty strong in compositions, so I think it can actually be pretty bothering for some people. So not necessarily an office-friendly fragrance in my opinion. I'm also not too sure whether this would be a safe blind buy. I think it's one of those fragrances that you will either hate or love. It doesn't really seem to be one of those fragrances that will kind of like grow on you. So I'll definitely recommend testing it before buying. Anyway, definitely a really nice fragrance, definitely something I could recommend. I'm pretty happy to have this new addition to my collection, and I think I'm going to reach for this fragrance quite a lot this spring and summer. Anyway guys, this is everything from me today. Have you tried this fragrance yet? If you did, let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for watching. For more fragrance related content, check those videos over here. I'm going to see you very soon. Take care, bye!